Hello there, and welcome to day number 58. My name is Mary, and today's story called The Journey Ends. While they were on this long journey, the people again found fault with Moses. They said, "Why have you brought us into this hot, sandy country? There is no water, and there is no bread, except this vile manna, which we're sick of. We wish we were all back in Egypt again." God was angry with the people, and he let the fierce snakes that lived in the desert crawl among them and bite them. These snakes were called fiery serpents, perhaps because of their bright color, or perhaps because of their eyes and tongues, which seemed to flash out fire. Their bite was poisonous, and many of the people died because of these snakes. Then the people saw they had acted wickedly in speaking against Moses. For when they spoke against Moses, they were speaking against God, who was leading them. They said, "We have sinned against the Lord, and we are sorry. Now pray for the Lord for us, and ask him to take away the serpents." So Moses prayed for the people as he had prayed so many times before. God heard Moses' prayer and said to him, "Make a serpent of brass, like the fiery serpents, and set it up on a pole where the people can see it. Then everyone who is bitten may look at the serpent on the pole and live." And I'm going to show you a picture of that, how Moses built a snake on a pole and people were asking for healing from it. Here it is. Well, not exactly asking healing from it, but God wanted to remind them that this is the snake that bit you and made you sick and die. But if they listen to him, then they will not be dying. It's a lesson. Okay, so Moses did as God commanded him. He made a serpent of brass, which looked like the fiery snakes, and he lifted it up on a pole where all could see it. Then whoever was bitten by a snake looked up at the brazen snake, and the bite did him no harm. This brazen snake was a teaching about Christ, though it was given long before Christ came. You remember the text which says, "As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whoever believed in him may have eternal life." John 3, verses 14 and 15. Northeast of the Dead Sea, above a brook called the Brook Arnon, lived a people who were called the Amorites. Moses sent to their king, whose name was Sihon, and asked his permission to go through his land. But he would not allow the Israelites to pass through. He led his army against Israel and crossed the brook Arnon and fought against Israel at a place called Jahaz. Here, the Israelites won their first great victory. In the battle, they killed many of the Amorites, and with them their king Sihon or Sihon. And they took all the land as far north as the brook Jabbok. Do you remember how Jacob had once prayed by the brook Jabbok? After this, they marched on toward the land of Canaan, coming from the east, and at last they encamped on the east bank of the river Jordan, at the foot of the mountains of Moab. Their long journey of 40 years was now ended. The desert was behind them. Before them rolled the Jordan River, and beyond the Jordan they could see the hills of the land God had promised them as their own. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to the discussion. Number 1, do you think Moses got tired of the people's complaining? Do you think Moses got tired of the people's complaining? That's number 1. 2, what did God do because they complained? Number 3, did Moses hold their complaining against them for long? How do you know? That was the rest of question 3. Number 4, what did God tell Moses to do to save them from the snakes? What did this stand for? And that was the second part of number 4 and the last. So thank you very much again for being with me, and we'll see you soon again. May God bless us all.